Liverpool under Arne Slot this season, they've played a total of 49 games, right? And then they've lost 16. You heard that right, 16 games in all competitions. I mean, this was a team that won the Premier League just last season. A few days ago, they faced PSG in the Champions League and they failed to hit a shot on target. Posing absolutely no threat to the PSG's defense, and all game, PSG had them on strings. It was a terrible, terrible watch for Liverpool fans. So, guys, you know what? I'm about to blow your mind. He played with a three back. Sometimes he drifted to a five back and all that. Um, the last time he tried this was last year, October, somewhere around October, against Crystal Palace, and it was a 3-0 defeat. He brought about this formation again against PSG, and then guess what? They lost 2-0 with no shots on target. I feel like that's even the worst part. It was like they were not trying. Their press was very, very weak. And, in large moments of the game, we could see their poor structure in build up, half-hearted press, and also individual errors that led to them conceding so many chances. Then genuinely, it really has me wondering, because why would you play a formation that your players are not really familiar with? Why would you play that kind of formation in a match as big as the quarterfinal? I mean, you're playing against PSG, literally the team that won the Champions League last season. Why would you try that? Why would you do that? It was like from the onset, they just wanted to play a defensive minded game. They were struggling to even get out of their own half. And there's this clip trending online, right, of Nuno Mendes with his long throws, and you could see how easy it was to get to their own half. It didn't take much, just a long throw, and then they're already there. I mean, sure, PSG, they obviously have the quality to, always pierce teams and, just attack on the front foot. But for this game, it was just too much for a team like Liverpool. We also know that they have that quality. I mean, they spent so much. We could also attribute this whole failure to, win consistently or perform well consistently to, their recruitment. It was really bad. This recruitment this summer, it was really, really bad. Considering that you know how difficult the Premier League is right now, you need to try to get players that are up to speed. Like I would always say this, it is so important. And then they failed to do that, and now they are paying the price for it. So all it took was just a long throw to get into their own half, and then there was the rest defense. It was so bad. I mean, it could be like two PSG players against five Liverpool defenders, four Liverpool defenders, and it was so difficult for them to contain them. I mean, we obviously know that they have that speed. PSG attack have that speed, but then they didn't even try to commit at all. There was no attempt to commit to try to win the ball. I mean, you were obviously outnumbering them. The least you could have done is to try to close up the gap and um you know win possession back, but it was just a total disaster from them from start to finish. There was no point in the game where they even tried to, show spark of what they are capable of doing. With a team well rounded like PSG, I don't know why you'd want to commit your midfield and your attack so high, leaving the back line exposed. That space in the middle for a team like PSG, it is always going to be exploited. This is a team full of pace. Are we talking about Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, Dembele, Varaskelia? So many players with speed, and then you feel like this was the best, tactic to put out there. This was the best setup to put out there. It was like he just set up to fail, and it was a really, really terrible watch. And I'm sure Liverpool fans would agree. And obviously, they're already calling for his head. I wouldn't blame them. For a team that used to perform so consistently like Liverpool, 16 losses in all competitions in 49 games is just a lot. It's just a whole lot. So I wouldn't blame them.